welcome to my channel. This is like a part of a pattern, which is a set, and it's called Ellie's Coming Home Set by PetiteKnit, and it is for a baby. So it's a set, contains a bonnet, a sweater, and trousers. And in this video I will be starting on knitting the sweater. I will be knitting the sweater as the part of the set, and the set will be then a gift. I need to knit this around November time because that's when the baby shower is, and it is going to be for my niece as a present, as a coming home set. So things that I will be showing you in this video are the tools that I already bought. The first thing is the yarn that I'm using. I will be repeating everything that I already told in the previous video because in case other people didn't watch it. But the yarn that I'm using is Alpaca Yule by Sundance Garn. And the needles that I will be using, 3mm and 3.5mm circular, and also double pointed needles. I am still waiting for the double pointed needles for the bonnet, and I've decided to start the sweater, so I'm going to be working on them kind of parallel. I will be working on everything parallel, I think, because with this project I have to wait for everything to be delivered slowly, as I did not read the actual pattern, and I should have, or I read it, but I wasn't very precise in reading it. Also, what the pattern requires are the buttons, and I've bought these tiny flower buttons. They will look very nice with the sweater, and they go to the sweater and onto the pants, so you're gonna see them coming back. So this is them. They're tiny flowers. The colors are very nice. I like how it's gonna look. I hope it's gonna look good with the green, but I mean it would definitely match well. It looks good. So the buttons are gonna be here on the side so that you can open the sweater and then put it on the baby without, you know, irritating the baby's head and stuff like that. It looks very cute on the pattern, and the ribbing is going to be knit with 3mm needles, and the main body of the sweater is going to be knit in stockinette stitch with 3.5mm needles. And I think I'm going to cast on the sweater today. Hope you enjoy this little video where I knit a little present for my niece. I'm very excited, and I really love this project so much because first of all, it's not just for myself, it's a present, and I found myself that I really am more motivated to knit presents because, you know, oh, if I don't like it, I wouldn't really knit it, and if I like it, I really want it to kind of like finish real fast, and I really want to see how it looks. And obviously there's also a deadline, but also it's just, I'm very passionate about this project, and I think it's going well because I already started with the bonnet. I'm gonna start with the sweater in a couple of minutes, and then maybe the pants if I will be stuck with the sweater at some point. But it's a good thing that I'm still on the circle needles, so I can just like take off the needles from one cord and then put them onto another cord, because I have like multiple 60cm cords. And that's what the pattern requires. It's gonna be very fun, and I really love how it is already turning out. It's gonna be cute, exciting. So yeah, it's also I'm just like, I can't. There is literally nothing else I can say. I don't know what else to say. The only thing is that I'm very excited, and I think it's gonna turn out fantabulous. And I'm already just like, oh, I'm like, I really want to knit it. That's it. I'm just like, my hands are trembling. I really need to knit this right now. As always, I didn't say it right. I started knitting not a sweater, but a jacket. It's called a jacket. I keep not reading the pattern, and in the pattern, it's a jacket. So that's why it has buttons, because you would put it on and then you would button it up. Yeah, I just realized it. On this note, I will show you that I have already started on the jacket, and I also started on the raglan increases. So as you can see here, I've got the ribbing at the top, so you would start with the ribbing first, and then you would go with the stockinette stitch. I already have stitch markers for my raglan increases and also for the ribbing on the sides. So that's happening. And then I also made one of the buttonholes. I don't think it's going to be visible, but there is one buttonhole here. So it looks easy. I've never done raglans correctly before. This is my first time doing it correctly, and I think I'm doing it right. Actually, it looks right. And this is definitely my first time doing the buttonholes, which is very exciting. And also it looks very cute because it is with the ribbing stitch. So the buttonholes are located where the ribbing is. It's knit back and forth. So you would knit your stockinette stitch on the right side, and then your purl on your wrong side. It's going to be a purl stitch to make a stockinette in front. I found the pattern quite easy to read. I think at some point I was like confused with the buttonholes, but then I did count a little bit. You just need to count a little bit with the one of the buttonholes, because the difference between buttonholes is 12 rows. So there's a little bit of that. I would say it's not for beginners, but I am a beginner and I kind of understood it, but I also had to like Google how to make one left and make one right thing, or the M1L, M1R, whoever knows what it is. I've done it once, but I know that I've done it incorrectly, and it was with mohair, so it wasn't that visible on the mohair. But with this one, obviously it's a stockinette stitch, so it would be very much visible, and I think it looks good. I don't think I've made any mistakes yet. A little bit dreading the part where you're gonna have like sleeves, because I never made the sleeves yet. I've had a pattern similar to this one but for myself, but I never finished it. So this one would be a nice practice because it's small and not very daunting, because like the bigger patterns are quite daunting. This one's small, knitting quite nicely. Why did I stop not in an interesting bit is because I got a little bit tired and I needed exercises on my hands, because I realized that I've been knitting for a while now. Yes, it took me ages to knit this tiny piece, but it's because I was reading and trying to understand what's happening with the pattern. Then I understood it, so we're good. And the next step would be continuing the raglan increases, continuing doing the buttonholes, and then we're gonna get to the bit where we're gonna have the sleeves. So that's gonna happen, and it's gonna be very exciting. The fact that this is a jacket is so cool. Like, one side is gonna connect to the other side with the buttons. Oh, also my stitch markers are from Tulip, and they're heart-shaped. I don't think you can see it, but they're heart-shaped. So cute. I bought them in Brighton when I went there in, I think it was in August. No, it was, I think it was September, the hottest day of September. I was just like, I'm going to the beach. So I bought these stitch markers there in one of the yarn shops. I don't remember the yarn shop name, but I will probably include it. It was so lovely. And I also bought myself like the point protectors, and they were also tulip shaped, I mean, they were from tulip, but they were also tulip shaped, and they were green because I have my my needles are pink, and then it was like green would be great for some reason. And then yeah, now I have the tulip shaped needle protectors. So that's the little story for you. La, la, la. I left you on the point where I was showing you that I started the decreases. Now this is the progress. This is what I have done. Oh, it looks so good. I'm already like, it's already so cute. Look at this. But yeah, it is, we're doing the increases. I've done the second buttonhole. Another one. So I've got 2 buttonholes now. I don't remember which row I am, but I'm still on my raglan stitches, working on my increases, and it is working very well. It's not very confusing or anything like that. I would say I'm a little bit scared about the sleeves because I never done separation of like the sleeves and the body, but I hope I can just find some YouTube videos. Obviously there will be loads of YouTube videos about this, so I'm not very scared. I'm enjoying the increases. It is knitting very fast for something that I thought is gonna take me a longer. Yes, it probably doesn't look that fast. I only started doing it for like 2 days, and I was doing it like after work, so didn't really have a lot of time. And also, I think I already told you in my previous mentions, but I constantly forget to take breaks, and now I have to tell Alexa to remind me to take breaks because I am starting to feel like my hands are like a little bit strained. So it is very important to keep your hands exercised and do things like this, just so that, basically remember that these are your tools, and if something happens to them, you can't do things like knitting, crocheting, spinning even, like you can't do anything. I just always need to remember that yes, I want to finish this super fast, this project, but also it is important to keep yourself at health, and not only exercise wise, eating, drinking water, staying hydrated, going outside, enjoying your life, not only being at home and just knitting all the time. Although some people would prefer it, and I totally understand, whatever floats your boat, but just, you know, keep yourself healthy and at the same time spend wonderful time knitting. So yeah, that's just my little thing that I've noticed when I was doing it. And I don't know how long it's gonna take me because I've never done anything like this before, but right now it is a Saturday, so I'm probably gonna be spending a lot more time doing this. And as I told you, I'm still waiting to finish the bonnet. So yeah, it's kind of like going parallel, these videos, because I was like, I'm not gonna be waiting for the bonnet to be finished so that I can start a new project. It's better to work on parallel because I don't have as much time. So yes, and oh, and I'm still on my first ball. It still didn't finish, so this is still working on it. Okay, so what I find every time, what I find the most confusing, no, the most complicated one is the make one leaning left. For some reason, the make one right works okay, whereas the make one left is just so hard to get from the back loop, so because it goes from the behind, right? I just can't. It takes me a couple of seconds to like pick the stitch from the needle, and I need to, maybe I need to like maybe I need to go under the knee. I think I think I just know what to do now. I think if I go under the needle, it's gonna work. So I keep going on the side of the needle, whereas if you go under the needle, there is space. I'll try this one for my next one. But yeah, this is what I find the hardest to do, is the make one left. Make one right works okay. I've watched someone on TikTok do it, and it makes sense now. Whereas the make one left, it is so hard for some reason. It's the picking up the stitch itself from it. But yeah, this is actually my first time talking and knitting, talking to the video and knitting, because I thought, you know what, I'm not that kind of person that will talk and knit at the same time. But if you remember what type of stitch you need to do, I think it's fine. And yeah, I really enjoy it, especially the stockinette bit, because not the back bit. Actually, at the back, like the wrong side, where you only need to knit everything in. No, I mean you need to purl everything, not knit. It's always hard to say, like, you need to knit, but it's a purl, so it needs to be you need to purl it, not knit. But like everybody's saying, oh yeah, I need this, I need that. That's just, you know, because it's called knitting. That's it. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. I really also enjoy my little stitch markers. So yeah, here's me again doing the make one left, oh no, make one right. And boom, that was super fast. And then now I'm coming to the make one left. We'll see if my method's gonna work for this one. Well, there is no under stitch, so I don't really know. Like, oh, okay, kind of works. Okay, kind of worked, doing the like picking up from under the needle instead of from the side of a needle. Makes it a lot faster. But yeah, I still need to get used to it. I think maybe that's why some people don't like raglan increases, but I don't know. I didn't try any other methods, so I don't really know which one I would like more, but raglan increases kind of work well for me right now, because I think most of the patterns are with raglans, so you need to learn the raglan. Yeah, make one right, I would say my favorite. Oh, it looks so cute. We're still doing the raglans. I think this is my 10th raglan. I mean, it's looking great. It's looking very cute. It is very easy to knit, and I'm very excited to how it's gonna look as a final product. This was a scary one. So look at this. This is so cute. I'm sorry, but this is just turning out so nice. This is, again, to give you a little bit of perspective, this is my first raglan that I did correctly, top down. sweater. And also this is my first time separating the sleeves from the body, and I just separated it. I also added cast on 4 stitches under each arm, and so this is how it's going. I'm gonna be knitting the body separate from the sleeves. I have done a couple of buttonholes. So the raglan increases have now stopped, and we're just gonna continue knitting until I'm gonna get the right shape and also the length of the jacket. And I'm finding this very fun. I've never dropped stitches intentionally, so it felt so scary. But obviously here's the safety, I don't know, it's just a thread, like a safety thread, just a thread to keep your stitches alive. I'm very new to this, I don't know, but it felt so strange because when I was dropping them, I was like, oh my god, it feels so weird. Like, why would you want to drop stitches intentionally? It felt so scary. And then here's one of the stitches, actually, thank God I've noticed, but I had to keep it on the marker, on the stitch marker, because I didn't realize that it didn't go through one of my threads. So yeah, be careful if you're doing something like keeping the stitches away. Make sure that all of your stitches are on your thread before you take the whole thing down, because as you can see, if I didn't notice, that's it. Like, I maybe would have not noticed at all, and then eventually I would have had a big hole. So good thing I've noticed, but usually when it's like somewhere in the middle of your work, it's okay. You can always pick it up and then crochet with it, like using a crochet hook. So I'm not that scared of dropped stitches. This is how it looks, and you can already see that the neck, what is it? You can already see that the area where the neck is gonna be, oh my god, words, what is it? The neck area is taking a square shape, and the whole jacket is taking shape, and I love it. I'm finding this project very fun, from the bonnet to the jacket. Literally half of the things I've never done. The only thing I've done, if you think about it, is knitting, stockinette stitch, doing a couple of like increases, maybe knitting 2 together. But it is challenging, but at the same time, like, I've never done buttonholes before. It feels weird, but I've never done buttonholes before. And it is challenging, at the same time it's so fun because you're just researching. So you're kind of working throughout your pattern, and it feels very nice. I'll see you after I finish the body. Maybe I find something challenging. I don't actually remember what I found challenging. I would say counting stitches is challenging. If you have like a little program where you count rows and stitches, then it's okay. But if you don't have that, it gets a little bit confusing. Like, oh my god, which one is it? Yeah, there's just a lot of things, like new things that I would need to research. So I'm spending time researching, trying to find the answers to like new stitches and new ways to do things in my knitting, and I find it very challenging, but at the same time very rewarding. Okay. Woo. I haven't been updating you for a while because I decided to just focus on the project and finish it. And I did. Here it is. It is finished. The only thing is left is... oh, I totally forgot about this one. stitch marker. That's how I lose them. Probably they're all on my projects. So I have finished the jacket now, and I think it turned out fantastic. There were a couple of things that I've done new. I would say the whole jacket was new to me. I've never done raglan increases. I also never done like sleeves before. Actually, I never done anything before. And then so yeah, I think it turned out very nicely. First things first is I haven't blocked it yet. It is not for me. Yes, as soon as I block it, it's gonna fit me right. So I haven't blocked it, and I have weaved most of the ends. There are a couple of ends left, mostly like there is one on the inside. There, I would say like 3 or 4 left. So I'm gonna block it, and then I'm gonna sew the buttons, and then because right now it's a little bit like not structured well, like you can see it's kind of folding on itself. When it comes to the sleeves, I actually didn't find the sleeves very hard. The sleeves knit very easily. So I knit the first sleeve watching Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and then I knit the second sleeve watching, if anybody knows Stargate musicals, I've been watching Nerdy Prudes Must Die on the repeat. So it was my second watch, and I finished the second sleeve watching that one. So it took me maybe 2 hours because both of them are like 2 hours. Yeah, this one was a little bit harder to figure out. Oh no, it was this one. This one was a little bit harder to figure out because it was my first sleeve. And also what I wanted to do is to not have any holes under the sleeves. As you can see, I've actually watched a very helpful video on YouTube. I'm gonna link it below if you like it. I found it very helpful because the lady is very, like, she explains it very well, and yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It was very helpful, and I understood what's happening. Obviously, I had to kind of tweak it to what my pattern says, because my pattern said to start from the middle of the picked up stitches. So it was very nice. It worked. I don't have holes. I just need to do it like a couple of times on different projects, and then I will have like a hang of it. I'm not sure about like twisted stitches and anything like that. There are probably some, but I don't really notice twisted stitches, so I'm okay with that. And then, so I have been knitting. There were like decreases here. You can see I've done some knit 2 together decreases. And then at the end, I've done a tiny little cuff, and then I cast off. It is very nice. And I love the fact that it was like so simple. Like the pattern itself wasn't very confusing. I never knitted anything like this before, and it worked. Everything looks very nice, and I don't think that they're like very serious mistakes because it looks okay already. As soon as I block it, it's gonna be a little bit like better looking, obviously, because right now you can see that there's some unevenness here, but that's okay because at the end of the day it is handmade. And yeah, for the final words about this project, I have really enjoyed it. I have learned a lot, especially like knitting raglan down, buttonholes, that was new to me, making the sleeves, making the body separately from the sleeves, holding the stitches on the safety yarn or something like that, picking up the stitches, patching up the holes whilst, you know, picking up the stitches. That like, there was a lot of learning, and I'm so happy that I've implemented some things that I've seen other people talk about on their YouTube videos, how to patch up the underarm holes and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, when you do like top down, then there's like holes, and then to do that there are like some other methods. I just googled it on YouTube and I found it, and people explained very well. That lady was very great, and I actually rewatched her video for the second sleeve because I wouldn't trust myself, but I understand the process, it's very nice to be, you know, reassured that you're doing it right and watching the video and then, you know, doing the things that she's doing. I really love this project and I'm very excited to finish the set. Next will be the pants. I have not cast it on yet because I just finished this one yesterday evening. Again, as I told you, I was watching the musical on YouTube whilst doing this. Second sleeve. Damn, sleeves are so fast. Like, it took me 2 hours to finish the sleeves and it took me a couple of days to finish the body because the body's like, yeah, I feel like I was knitting the body only 2 rows at a time or something like that. It was so slow. I now understand people that love just when it comes to the sleeves and it's like the project just flies off your needles and it's just perfect. I love it. There's no words to express this, how I love this. So this project is fantastic. It turned out great, just like I wanted to. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel and comment and like this video. Comment what kind of new techniques you've learned recently that were like, it blows my mind. Like, it's just like, what? The whole under the sleeve one is just like, oh my god, it is a game changer. So good. Like, would recommend to everyone. Just watch that video if you don't know how to do it and if you get holes under the sleeves when you knit. It's just great. And then you're gonna know how to do it even better. It is time for the final update of the jacket. So I have added the buttons and I think it turned out wonderful. And then I decided that I really want to embroider something. Oh my god, there's some people. I've decided that I really want to embroider something and I was like, it is very simple, so I really want something also simple for the jacket. And I have added some flowers. I was thinking of lavender when I was adding them, so I think I like it. Yesterday I wasn't a fan because I think it was a little bit dark and I was doing it in the dark a little bit. So I couldn't really see the full picture of the embroidery, but I think it turned out very nice and it gives it a little bit of that even more handmade touch than I already had it. I really love this. I think it turned out wonderful. The only thing I need to do is to fix this area a little bit, just make it a little bit more nicer. But in general, that's it. That was it. Like, this is it. I really loved the process. I really loved making these. And I think it was just a very nice, fast project that I wanted to have on my needles instead of having something like a bigger project for myself. And yeah, making baby clothes is quite a very nice thing to do because it's a present for a baby that hasn't been born yet, and it's so nice just to like know that somebody made you clothes after like you're grown up and you look back at the photos. Thank you very much for watching, and if you like this kind of content where I talk about knits, all the things that I've learned recently, all the things that I've just, you know, implemented onto my new project, just talking about random things and musicals and movies, then please subscribe to this channel and I see you in my next video. Bye everyone!